Welcome to the world's first Straight Talk Solarcast. This is your go-to podcast for answers about solar. Brought to you by Solar Harmonics in Northern California, who invite their customers to own their energy by purchasing a solar panel system for their home, business, or farm. Each episode, we discuss questions facing people making the decision to go solar. The solutions to your questions are given to you straight by one of the leading experts in the solar industry, Jamie Duran, president of Solar Harmonics. Feel free to search our library for answers to questions that you're facing when considering solar. And now, here's Adam Duran, our host with the questions, and Jamie Duran, our solar expert with Straight Talk Solarcast.
Hello, Jamie.
Hello, Adam.
How's everything in the land of solar?
Oh, I don't think there's ever been a busier time for solar than today. So it's, tomorrow's record will beat today's record. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's going to be like that all the way till the middle of April, where we are having lots and lots and lots of people very excited to go solar, which is great.
Yep.
And so as we're progressing, we've never been a high pressure company. But when people are telling us, okay, I'll think about it and get back to you, I'm like, you can, or we got to get this thing rolling, because it used to take about 10 minutes to submit an application to PG&E for their processing. And now it's taking close to an hour for each one. And that's when you're starting at 5 a.m. and their servers aren't as crowded in the middle of the day. So it's pretty incredible, because that's not great. Because
you're trying to buy tickets to Shania Twain or something? Taylor Swift?
No, this is not a Ticketmaster server. Maybe it is, but maybe they all have the same server. But
I think they must be connected somehow. I can imagine.
Yep. Yeah, I know you're a big Shania Twain fan. So
jerks.
Yep.
Jerks.
But anywho, yeah, solar-wise, it's really slowing down. And as I mentioned last week, we have to submit the entire package, which means we have to get permit drawings. In order to get the permit drawings, we got to do the site inspection. Site inspection, we have to have a final plan for solar. We can't keep changing things. So it's a whole process. It's a whole thing. But today I kind of wanted to talk about what is going to happen to the solar industry when the NEM 3.0 takes effect in, like 4 weeks. So
I see a cliff.
Yeah, well, it will. So most solar companies are booking out because they're so busy right now. So we're just getting the application submitted, and then it's, we just stack the projects until we can get to them. The building departments are letting us know, hey, we can't even accept any more permits at this time. We're so backed up. Wow. And so most of them are saying, 60 to 90 days for permit approval, which is triple the time normal. Mm-hmm. And that's not great, because that means if it's, March 16th now and 90 days from now, that means it's June 16th. So right in the middle of summer. Mm-hmm. We'll try and plow through them as quickly as we can, but most solar companies are going to be booked out, I would say, at least till August, September. And that's never happened before. So pretty incredible. But then, as that backlog starts to thin out, what is it going to look like for solar installers in California, Adam?
I think a lot of the smaller guys, and maybe even some of the bigger guys, are just they're going to either go out of business or have to drop staff left and right.
I'd say that's accurate. And then I'm sure you've also heard about the Silicon Valley Bank trouble.
Yep.
So for those of you who don't know, that it's a big bank in California, and they basically are being shut down. And they finance a ton of solar projects, big projects, medium-sized projects, nonprofit projects. And they weren't so much involved in the residential side, but a lot of the big companies banked with them. And I saw an article where Sunrun, their CEO, says, we have about $80 million of exposure. And that's to me, that's significant. I don't know if it is to them, but that's a lot of money to be out there. And, so we are going to see some shrinkage, I think, in the amount of available financing. We have all been, because, the permits that we're submitting to the cities, they're saying, oh my God, solar is a gold rush right now, so we need to get in on that too. And so they're all increasing their fees to, to get in on the action, which is great, I guess. I thought the cities were not supposed to be making money, but in any event, so I do think that, costs are going to continue to increase. And what I think is really going to be, not everyone is forecasting, but I think is a big reality, is that electricity prices for people who have not gone solar, because I still talk to people all the time, and I had no idea about this, PG. They're going to see record electricity prices this summer. And where somebody was paying, $400 last year, I'd say they're, $650, $700 is going to be normal for yeah. And that's a lot. That's a lot of money to be paying. So, we're going to have a lot of people who had no idea about NEM 2.0. Yep. And they're ready to go solar right now. So I think there's a big future for solar. And then, as we've talked a lot about the vehicle to grid and being able to use your electric vehicle as a backup battery, I think is pretty cool. But I do think you are right. I think a lot of the companies that really got into solar just for the money, and now they're probably going to work through the backlog and then say, okay, now what do we do? Because it won't be as financially attractive, but it'll still be attractive. So, but I do think, according to CNBC, they're forecasting about half of the solar installers in California will be out of business in the next 3 to 5 years, which is
wow.
Yeah, that's a lot. And so that's when we're talking to people. Actually, I just had a call from a client today who said, we got a proposal from you about 9 months ago. We didn't go with you because we got a cheaper one. And boy, are we regretting that. That is one of the worst decisions we've ever made, and blah, blah, blah. So
why is that? Wait, so what happened?
All kinds of. She didn't really go into it other than we should have gone with your company. So
what was she expecting you to do?
No, okay. Nothing. No, she was actually recommending her father go with us. And so
very nice.
So that's a incredible testimonial.
Yes.
But, in any event, sure. So we do think that solar is going to continue, of course. We wouldn't be doing it if we didn't think so.
Sure.
But I do think a lot of the people who are going solar now and going with the least expensive companies really need to think about not just are they be able to get the application submitted by the middle of April, but are they going to be around, the following April to service our system should anything happen. We are getting so many people that went with another company and either company's not responsive or whatever it is. And now they have a problem with the roof or they have a problem with their inverter, and nobody's helping them. And they're completely frustrated at the solar industry. And, there's maybe some of these companies that are doing sales now will go into the service business, and that would help out a lot. We did have another client where they talked to us about 6 years ago on a pretty big solar install project. And, we did 10 different versions of the same proposal and, parking structure, roof mount, all this stuff, only for them to let us know that, no, we did not win the bid. And then it turns out no one won the bid. It was awesome. No, they did not go solar. So they reached out to us again this year. And they said, of the 7 companies they talked to, we're the only ones that's still in business. So,
oh no!
So that's yikes is right. And so this just out there to the people, everyone out there, definitely stay in touch with your solar installer. I would say once a year would be good to just reach out. Hey guys, how are you doing? Because you'll have the manufacturer warranty, because most of the solar equipment these days is really good. But if the installer goes out of business, then you can hire another person. It will not be covered by the warranty. You'll have to pay for that on your own. But the downtime for you to find someone to service it is going to be really challenging. So we hear it all the time. I've called every solar company in town you're the only one that picked up the phone. So it's, or even called me back or even responded to an email. So it's, especially right now, because everyone's doing new installs, no one's interested in the repair work. And well, we might see that switch over, but it's never ending and tons of drama, tons of ways to stay nimble in this business. And I would definitely say that, if you have a lot of overhead, Ferraris in the parking lot, all that kind of stuff, those may be going away, but, and all the high pressure sales, all of that stuff might be thinning out. So we'll see how it goes. NEM 3.0 on the customer side, we'll talk about that next week on next week's podcast. But on the solar installer side, start planning for the future, everybody, because this rush, unless PG&E stages it out, changes things around, I don't really see it continuing like this after April 14th. But we'll see how it goes. It's always fun, always exciting.
Yes, always something going on.
Always something going on is exactly right. Yeah.
Wow. I feel for those people who their systems are down and then they don't know what to do. And if the company who installed it isn't responsive or isn't in business anymore.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's even more sad when they are in business and they are,
true.
And they're just not responding to their clients, and the clients get so frustrated that they start calling around to other solar companies. And once, if you were a solar contractor and my company went and serviced your system, now your warranty with that customer is now void.
Yeah, it's gone, right?
It's gone. And that's a huge liability for the company that that does service it, because they didn't install it. And so but now they're on the hook for it, and nobody wants that. And so it's a big problem with the contractors board. But it's an issue. It's definitely an issue. Hopefully there'll be some relief coming for those people soon. I don't see how, but we'll just keep on going, keep on taking care of our clients and other people's clients, hopefully, and keep moving forward. But yeah, it's always exciting.
Does that problem exist with the solar panel washers too? Or is that a gray area that we're not supposed to talk about?
No, I've talked about cleaning solar panels plenty of times, but
if they kick
not
one
in
of
this podcast, we'll talk about that in another one. That's a good mailbag, Adam.
A good mail. Yeah. All right, no problem. I know the answer, Jamie, so it's okay. Right. I'm just asking for our listeners.
Well, stay tuned. It's second cliffhanger.
All right. Excellent. We're going to wrap it up there. Right, Jamie?
Yes.
Okay. If you have a question for Jamie for an upcoming episode, you know what to do. You can go to our Facebook page, Straight Talk Solarcast. Send us a question through there. If you'd like to experience a library of our past episodes stretching back years, go to solarharmonics.com, click at the podcast link at the top of the page, and you'll be taken to that library. And so you can check out about the solar panel washers or whatever other question you have. If you have a friend considering going solar, they don't know about this NEM 3.0, this is also a great podcast to let them know about, because it will save them thousands upon thousands of dollars over the life of their system. Finally, if you have a little time in your schedule, if you'd write us a 5-star review wherever you got this podcast, that would also make our day. So until next time.
That's all for now. Thank you for listening to this episode of Straight Talk Solarcast with solar expert Jamie Duran. Join us each week for more answers to your solar questions. Speaking of questions, got some? Email us at solarcast@solarharmonics.com and we'll be sure to give you an answer in an upcoming episode. This episode of Straight Talk Solarcast is brought to you by Solar Harmonics, the leading solar energy developer in Northern California, who invite you to own your energy. Visit them on the web at www.solarharmonics.com.